Hi, I'm Isabella Poulos, and my senior work is called the Potluck Project, which I was able to work on as an artist in residence, but also as an intern at the Santa Fe Art Institute. So I'm just going to show some photos documenting the space that I was able to work in while I talk about it. The Santa Fe Art Institute is a residency for artists of all different types from around the world. Each year they have a different theme, and this year was equal justice. So there were people coming, there were writers, there were musicians, there were visual artists, and they were all coming together under this one varied theme. For between 1 month and 3 months, there was one woman who was there for 6. Everyone was given a studio space, and they were given the time and the opportunity to make work of whatever type that they wanted. So there was one large gallery that was split up into small studio spaces for each person to use. This was my studio. I was given my own. Half the day I was allowed to work on my own senior work, which was very exciting. It was very motivating for me to work among other artists who were really in the field, and I was able to kind of see where they had come from out of college, if some of them had gone there, into internships, into residencies, and what kind of experiences they had. I was also given the opportunity to do my own solo show, which was exciting. So after doing whatever tasks that that SFAI needed me to do, in the afternoon I was able to do my own work, which was very helpful in terms of getting the rest of my project done before graduation. So here's some examples of some of the things that different artists were doing. This woman was collecting artifacts that she found in Santa Fe and kind of compiling them and documenting them. There was one man who was really overseeing my internship. His name is Nutapon, and he's an alumni from SFAI who's now working there for a year. His project is called the China Outpost. He's an immigrant from Hong Kong who moved to LA, and his work is all about documentation and immigration, but it's very, very fascinating. This woman, her name is Glenn, and she used to be a lawyer that was working with men who are on death row, and so now she's doing paintings that are representing these men that have pieces of clothing that you can put onto them. This is another person's work. Okay, so getting to my project, it's something called the Potluck Project. My work is centered in trying to understand what is local about a place and bringing people back to an attention of eating from the knowledge of where you are. So last term I began by collecting recipes from people from Bennington College campus, but also from people in the greater Bennington community through a few different outlets. So some of the examples of recipes that I've collected were like this. I also asked for some kind of narrative or description of where it came from. And so during fieldwork term, I was working on illustrating. I would pull different ingredients from these, and I would also write through the recipe myself, so trying to ingest it and think about what that meant to me. So here's an example of something that I was doing. And these will all be put into a cookbook that I'm publishing at the end of term. And also part of my project is making ceramic pieces that are specific to each recipe. So this working at SFAI gave me the opportunity to kind of really process what I was being given and think about how those would be used in what kind of context. So again, I got to do my own solo show, which is exciting. So here was with all my pieces printed. And I had a little exhibit that was up for a few weeks there. Yeah, if anyone's interested in hearing more about my project, I can also connect through email afterwards. But thank you.